if you've been following along on my series of Fun Times Family Art, you'll recognise some of those images, and some of them are from subscribers that have sent them in to me. Aren't they good? Now, my name's Robbie Greer from Rusticated-Art, and this is Fun Times Family Art. Where you get to sit around with the family in front of the TV or the computer and draw together. Now in today's tutorial I'm going to take you step by step by just using the basic shapes. We're going to draw a beautiful leaf coming off a nice branch. And like all my videos of Fun Times Family Art, you can put as much or as little as you want into each drawing. And by the way, don't forget to watch till the end, because apart from me giving you all the tips and handy hints that I've learned along the way, I'm also going to be giving a shout out to one of my favourite channels. So what do you reckon? You ready to get started? Come on then. Well, I decided to mask it off today. Now you don't have to do that at all. I just thought it might look nice with just a little border going around it. But anyway, now I started off using a 2H pencil. It's down about a third, I suppose, roughly. Yeah. And then we're just going to do a little branch in here. I don't know if you can see this properly. I probably shouldn't be using a 2H because I am trying to show you how to go about it. So I'm going to go back to my HB pencil just so it's a bit easier for you to see. You don't want it dark to get started. Okay. And it's just a basic leaf shape. Now we're sort of going to be going in and out of time lapse here. You'll be able to follow along quite easily. You know, just pause whenever you need to. That's what you got to do. See, what we're looking at is leaves have sort of got little skeletons when you look at them. And what we're doing here is sort of like, you know, like the rib cage, I guess. Or even the arteries. I guess they'd be moving fluid around the leaf. That's how they'd be doing it. Now on the outside here, we're making the leaf like it's serrated. So we're just going around the edge and we're just slowly building up the layers. We make it a little bit darker around the edge, around there, and we're just shading it all in. Just a little bit at a time. Now we come down the other side and we're doing exactly the same. Now we just turn it around. I like to go with the flow, so we're just going around just gently. And like I said, just pause whenever you need to. I think I'm getting a bit too far ahead. Just stop. And that's the way to do it. I'm just going over those rib cages again, just making them a bit darker. Now each of these little, I say, like main arteries, I guess, have got their own little veins or what have you, sort of coming off like this, just lightly. If you want to draw a real leaf, I'm sure you got one outside somewhere. Just go and grab it and use that. This is just a generic one, as usual. You know, I'm just making it up as we go. Now I'll come down here, the main artery, we'll just call them that. It's probably a technical name for them, but, and that's connecting onto the branch, the main branch there. Now we're going to go over this again, sort of round it. I turn the page. It's a lot easier anyway. If you just turn the page as you go, draw with the flow, and just take your time. Right, now the next thing I'm going to do is get my blender and just going to go over this lightly, very lightly. Just the weight of the, or virtually the weight of the stump. Just a simple leaf. We're just going to do the one leaf. Now you might want to put more leaves on your one. You could have some leaves coming out here. You could have all sorts. You could have a branch coming down here, another leaf here. And you could fill the whole thing in if you wanted to. Alright, now that we've blended that, what I'm going to do, I'm using my little Tombow eraser here, and I'm just going to take a little bit out. And what that does, it puts in a highlight. Now that we've spread the graphite around by using our blending stump, and we just go in there like this, look, just follow that around. And if you haven't got one of these Tombow erasers yet, just get an ordinary eraser and just make it a bit sharper, just cut it. I don't know what I've done with my other one that I had. It seems to have disappeared, that I showed before one of the other videos. But that's all you need. See, and that just sort of gives it another perspective. Rub away the crumb. Now, we're going to do the branch now. So, turn this around. And holding the pencil on its side, it's just like how we've done everything else. How we've done, if you've been following along in my series, it's how we've done posts and rails and that sort of thing. Just holding the pencil flat, just gently, lightly shading it. And all we're doing at this stage is just blocking it in. We're not trying to put any detail in it. We're just blocking in between the two lines. And it doesn't matter if you go over it a little bit and rub it out. And sometimes it's good because we don't want straight lines, do we? No, we don't. By doing this, and when you look closely, you will see all those little imperfections. Now, I'm not going to use my blending stump. I'm going to use my blending brush. Just gently go over that like that. Just to softly soften it up. And then we'll go in and let's just go and see if we can find something here. Well, for starters, we've got to have that connected. So we're just going to just join that on to the branch. And I'm just coming along here, just going on the outside, just to, if you remember, if we darken the outside, it gives it the impression that it's rounded. Now, I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to go on the outside, just lightly, very lightly, slowly building it up. Rather than just having one sort of crack at it and then trying to draw in all in one go. See, we just do it in layers like this. You see, I've gone over a bit here, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. Blend all that in. Now in here, we're going to just put in, say, maybe a little knot or something. Right here. Where the bark is where it's sort of come away, it's split a little bit. Take that out. And we just go over that. Just take your time. And then in the middle there may have been a branch on there, one of these. It's come off. Now a lot of times with bark and that, what I like to do is to go across this way, look. Shade it across. We're just trying to create some texture. And that will create texture, because doing this will make other things stand out. And we just go like this here, and that'll just make it look like it's a bit thicker there, because the bark, there's the wood there, and there's the bark on the outside of it. So we just go like that, and that'll just give the impression that it's away from the bark. See what we're doing? Just creating that, so it just looks like it's just sort of rounded out a bit. We just take our time. And it's good when we go off the line a bit, because that's what we want. See, like here it's all bumpety. Bumpety, is that a word? I don't know, but it's not perfectly straight. See how we're just making it as realistic as we can. Just going to shade a little bit in there. It's another case too where squint your eyes and look at that there. Now that's the perfect example of where the bark has come away. And we're just going to like that. And if you look at old twigs and things like that, that's what they're like, aren't they? They've got all lots they're not just perfectly smooth and draw a bit more on the edge. That just darkens it up a little bit more, make it look like it's round in here. Maybe that could have come out a little wee bit. See how we're building it? Can you see that? Excellent. And down here, I'm just going to do the same. I'm going to sort of just holding my pencil fairly flat. I'm holding it like that. We're going like that. I've sort of locked my wrist in and just the arm is going, my forearm is doing it. Fingers are just holding the pencil. Okay. Now we go this way again. Just keeping them fairly close together. Take a bit out. Now I'm going to get my blue tack. I'm just going to go in here, just tap tap. Not so much on the outside, but along the middle sort of thing. Okay, now what that's done here is it's created a bit more texture. Look here. Like it's sort of like a little join or something. So that's really good. I like that. Pushing or laying down some graphite, but just pushing it sideways. See, when we did the put the blue tack through there and lifted off some of the graphite, it's created all these little wee beautiful textures. We're gonna just play around with those. Look. See how we're getting it? We're trying to do it as realistic as we can. And by laying down graphite, taking it off, laying it down, taking it off, that's how we're getting to create these textures. I'll bring it in a little bit closer just to see. Alright, now, just going to use my 4B here. Let's do a bit more work on the leaf. Darker pencil. And the same here. Now what I would suggest you do, if you're following along, is you put some more leaves in. Just use this as like a template. I just want to go around the edges of this again. I'm just going to blend that gently. It's going this way this time, from the outside in. Same this one. Remember, because we're just doing things in grayscale, we don't have the luxury of using colour, so we have to sort of use the tones to bring out or to make them look more realistic. I'm just going to go and just go over these little veins in here again. See how they just branch off all over, making sure, I suppose, it'd be like blood. So I guess it's sap that runs through them. Plant blood. Well, I suppose it is. So see how we're just doing that like that, little veins. That one here sort of looks like it's a little bit curved. Now, just to make it just a little bit more realistic, I'm just going to do a bit more shading on the side. And we're going to do a bit more in there too, look. And once again, this is another one of those drawings that you can do as much or as little as you like. We're just doing the basic drawing here, and I'm leaving it up to you to decide whether or not you want to put some more leaves in. You know, you can have another leaf going up here. This is just a guide, I guess, and it is quite curved. I just felt that I need to just show that there are possibilities, you know, like not leaves aren't just all the same. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, I'm using my wood pencil here, and as you can see, I've made the lead quite long. Now, I use sandpaper to keep it sharp. The reason I'm doing this is because that way I can use more of the side. So just get you some real fine sandpaper. I'm not sure what that is, but it's very fine anyway. So it's just, well, it's actually even sharper than using my mechanical pencil, but the lead is longer. So I just wanted to get this in here like that. Now the other thing I wanted to do also is put these little sawtooth type pieces in, just to define your nose a bit more. Well, I suppose they're like a sawtooth, aren't they? I don't mean a sawtooth, I mean saw as an S-A-W. But anyway, that gives you something to carry on with. Taking a little bit out of here. See? If you haven't got a Tombow yet, get yourself one. It just makes things a lot easier. They're not expensive. And I think most art supply shops, well, the ones I've been into around here, got them now, so which they didn't have before. And I'm just going to go in there and blend that all in with my blending brush. Yeah, just tidy that up a bit. And I'll just put that little stem there. And I think that'll do us. See, we're always going back over because we're blending, and that takes out the little lines that we've put in. So we want them to go back in. Very lightly. It's just a faint sort of a line. And I'll just come in, just take a little bit out with my blue tack. Okay, so for the purpose of this exercise, I think we'll leave it there. Well, you made it. And I'm glad you watched it through to the end. And I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And once again, see, drawing doesn't have to be hard. Just take your time. Basic shapes, pause whenever you need to. And when it's all finished, you got something to look at that you can be proud of. And I'd love you to share it with me. Send it to me. You just go to my Facebook page, it's in a link below. Get onto Messenger, send it to me. Or if you go into my home page and click on About, my email address is there. So you can send it to me that way as well. I'd love to see it. Now, today's shout out is for another special artist, and her name is Andrea Iremia. And the channel's called Andrea Iremia Art. Now, she comes from Romania, and she's got all sorts of stuff that she does on her channel. She's got a vlog. You get to see around her beautiful country, Romania. She takes on all these different trips around there. She does watercolour painting. She's got craft. Look, definitely worthwhile going and have a look at her channel. And that's her channel right there. It'll be worth your while to go and have a look. She's got all sorts of things that she covers on her channel. Share it with a friend. They'll love you for it. And remember, families that draw together, stay together. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.